All right, welcome you guys. I'm setting up my lights. We're almost ready to start beginning yoga class. And today, let's start in child's pose. So go ahead and get into child's pose. And I'll be right there setting up my tall light. Here it is. Yep. Lights on. Sitting at the back of the mat. Will be good. Oh, so good. Toes together, knees apart. If it takes a little bit of time to pull your hips back and warm up the knees, possibly that pulsing. Surrender head. Once you gradually bring those hips back, support the head with the hands. Deep sigh. It's like, wow, coming home to the mat. So amazing. Let the whole back relax as you pull the hips back and the chest forward and down. I can actually feel these vertebrae adjusting as I surrender into the low back. See if you can really relax, expand, release the tension in the back. Inhale, nose. Let it out through the mouth. 2 more like that. Inhale, nose. Wide open mouth, exhale. Ooh. Seal the lips back in through the nose. Fill it up. Wide open mouth, exhale. Awesome. Release the forehead. Walk the hands forward to the front of the mat. Activate the palms. Hover the elbows. Drop the forehead down if possible. Don't worry if it doesn't hit the mat. Just activate the hands as you press into the palms. Lift up through the shoulders. Spread the shoulders wide. Couple more breaths right here. Good. Inhale together. Exhale, lift up, pull forward. Knees are wide, bend the elbows. See if you can push your hips low. It can go slow. Oh, yeah, especially since you're warming up right into this up dog with bent knees. Yeah, we'll do that a couple times. Let the chin come up as your heart comes forward. That's it. And then back again. Yeah, and you could do pulses, whatever feels good. Carol, I like that. A little bit of push and then back. If it feels like it's not going to go all the way down, just listen to your body. The idea is just to kind of flex in reverse flexion. See if that feels good. Hips dropping. And back. And forward. And back. Last one. Again, your own rhythm and timing. Doesn't have to pulse as I pulse. Good. Excellent. Ooh, and just tuck the toes under. Bring the knees a little closer underneath your hips and then sit back onto the heels. So it might again be those pulses, especially if the feet are really sensitive. Absolutely. But if you find that pressure, possibly walk the hands in. Possibly sit completely on them, only if it feels right. Okay, I like spreading out the little pinky toes, getting the toes to spread wide, and the torso to lift. Also another beautiful place to do our exhales. Okay, in through the nose, let it out through the mouth. Again, inhale nose. Let it out through the mouth. Last one, inhale nose. Wide open, exhale mouth. Woo, so good. And now the feet are on fire. That's why we call this fire toes. Pound out the feet. Oh yeah. Maybe even circle the ankles, pound out, circle, pound out. Wow. Cool. Now into this cat-cow from neutral spine, tabletop, hands underneath the shoulders. Take an inhale to round. Inhale. That inhale actually is doing something. It is expanding the ribs. It's letting the ribs open up as you fill the lungs with air. Fill it all the way to that side body. And then drop. As you drop, let the pelvic bowl drop, possibly elbows dropping, bending, heart forward. And then again, exhale. I like inhale. So let's do inhale to round. Exhale to drop. Very effective. Notice if there's any clearing, like for me, wow, from the lungs being expanded. When you clear out the lungs, that's what happens. That lymphatic system starts clearing out the phlegm. So it will pass. Inhale. Ribs, ribs, ribs. Exhale, drop. So this is more about today. This is more about that focus on the lungs, expanding the lungs as much as you can. Good. Again, inhale lungs. Feel the ribs. Nice and slow and generous. Fill the ribs up. Expand the side body. Chin into the chest. Inhale. Hold it. Let it go. Exhale. Drop down. Good. 2 more like that. Focus on the breath. Inhale. Feel the lungs expanding, opening up. Let it go. Exhale. All the air. Let all the air out. Last one. Ribs. Inhale. Inhale. Let it go. All that stale air, the bottom of the lungs, let it out. So good. Neutral spine. In through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. And then a plank. A plank with just the knees. Yes. So make sure the head's not dropping too low. You want the head in and up. Lengthen right through the top of the head, just like your spine, in line with your spine. Tuck the knees, toes under so that the knees can just hover. Good. And then hover the knees just a little bit. Accentuate your spine. Let the hips move back and the heart move forward. Push into the hands a little bit. Micro bend the elbows. Ribs in. Check in with the head again because it wants to drop. Spread the scapula wide on the back. This is a plank. This is activating that inner core. Takes power. Ready to move into down dog. Straighten out the legs. Push into the hands. Drop the head. Bend the knees. Catch your breath. Down dog. Hips high. Long, straight, strong arms. Again, you're not hyperextending. You're bending slightly into the elbows. Good. Nice, Tiffany. That's it. I love the slightly bent knees, lifting the hips high, push into the mid part of the shoulders, and then expand the shoulders wide. Sink into the hands. Good. Option to play a little bit. You know, you could come back in and out. So if you want to go back to child's pose and come back into down dog, do that. If you're okay, you can play with the heels a little bit by alternating heels. You can do that. Or even rocking side to side. Or a combination of all of it. But take breaks in between, you know. Take a child's pose and then come back in. This is your practice. Nice suggestions. In fact, I'm going to take a child's pose after this last swivel, and then we'll come back. Yeah, come on down. Give it a rest on the hands, especially if you're new to yoga. This wrist and shoulder thing is a big deal, so make sure you're honoring your wrists and your hands. I just want to share that when you build up the core strength, that goes away. You know, that sort of lengthen in and through that core, the wrists get relief. So just know planks, any planks are amazing for that core strength. Nice massage on the hands. Shake it out. And also, when we're in tabletop, you can always do elbows as well, knowing that your wrists need some support. I'm going to go back into down dog. Take a breath. And up you go. Another 5 breaths. Pull back. Head drops. Hold for 5. Nice. And then just walk forward. A little bit of hands and a little bit of feet, you know. Hands come in, feet go in. Feet hip width apart. Oh, grab the elbows. Knees are bent. Take a hold, like you're swaying in the wind with your torso forward and back. Surrender. Head, shoulders. Take another 3 breaths. Navel into the spine. Making footprints into the mat. Push down. Good. Release your arms. Use your hands on your ankles, your shins. Feel your shins. Feel your kneecaps. Once you get to the kneecaps, straighten out the arms, just like you're resting. Yep. Sit a little lower, and then pull the toes towards each other, almost to touch. As you do that, you'll see you can have one unit. The legs are one unit and move around in a circle with the knees. That's it. Go slow. Notice that side body, hips. See if you can feel it in the hips, low back. Eyes in one place. Switch directions. Today I feel really slow and mindful. If you notice, just this awareness of the breath. Your movements, your slow movements, being patient with yourself. Good. Find that chair. Hips go straight back. Activate the legs a little bit. So that means you're releasing the arms, pulling the hands to the hips creases. Sit a little lower. Suction in that rib cage. And then power it up into your chair. See if you got that chair. Good, nice. Love the form. Beautiful natural curve in the back. Heart lifts, grow the torso a little bit taller, but keep the hips low. Do you feel that? Hips stay low, torso grows taller. You might even want to scoop up the arms as long as the neck is feeling okay. Sit back, ribs in, hold. And let it go, stand. Inside out with the palms. Hips push forward. Up, look up to the sky. Nice. Hands to your heart. Woo, catch your breath. Excellent, really good. Let's do a breath exercise as well. So interlaced fingers, take an inhale. Exhale, out through the mouth. New breath, pushing down. And then inhale as you come up. Exhale as you pull through center. That's it. We'll just repeat that. Super easy, but very focused. A lot of breath work today. Inhale. All the way up. Exhale. Coming through center. So here you go. Inhale. Push, push, push. Exhale. Pull down through the center. One more. Exhale. Nice. Scoop up the arms. Side bend. Right hand, left wrist. Up and over to the right side. Oh, amazing. Now that we did all that breath work with the ribs, don't the ribs feel a little bit more flexy? I think so. Come back up. Switch sides. Over to the other side. Good. And as you push over to one side, scoop that opposite hip out away from you a little bit. A little bend in the knee, possibly. It's like a counter stretch. Good. Come back to center. Excellent. Take the hands behind you. You know this. Push down, letting the clavicles open. You're letting the heart open. You can even play with the neck a little bit. Moving the fist side to side. Good. And then look up again, centered with the wrists. Push forward. Push forward. Strong core muscles. Using your legs. Push down and up. Down into the feet, up through the heart. And then come in. Hips back. Exhale, forward fold. Oh, yeah. All right, and then play time. The fists can move. And don't worry, if the fists are down at your low back, just go with it. No big deal. If you wanted to lift them a little higher, you can always use a strap in between your hands. Take another 2 or 3 breaths with this forward fold, shoulder stretch. Awesome. Hands to the low back, side of the legs. Good. Release the hands to the ground. Just step left foot back, drop the knee down. Hands can come to the inside of that right foot. You can even use blocks too if you want for the hands. If that feels good to you. Especially if it feels like you're rounding so much. You can extend heart forward and then you can round back in. So alternating that movement. Inhale to press, push forward. Exhale, round down, chin into your chest, push into your hands, straighten that front leg. Oh my gosh, that's amazing, that mindfulness. As you push forward, heart extends forward, chin up. Exhale, round back, push into the palms, straighten the right leg. Just do one more like that. Inhale forward. Exhale, curl that back, chin into the chest, push into the hands, flex out through that straight right leg. I love that. All right, take a break. Knee comes back, hands underneath you. Or, again, if your wrists are getting too much, just come to your elbows. We're going to circle out both sides. Circle out both hips before we go to the other lunge. Yeah, know that your elbows are a great support for you. Just circling out, getting some lubrication in that hip socket. You can even shoot it back and in if you want a little bit more. Tiger curls. It's up to you. Just play with that side. Awesome. Good. Pause. Catch your breath. And then the other leg. Circle that other side. Think about getting lubrication into that hip socket. Breathing in and breathing out. It's like leg lifts too. You're doing a lot for that outer glute muscle. If it gets fatigued, just rest. We'll be exploring that left leg in just a moment for our lunges. Now that child's pose is your go-to. I love this because its glute muscle is getting activated, and summertime's coming. You want to lift up that butt, right? Buttocks. Let's take a moment just to sit back into child's pose, support your head. Let that breath go. Softening into the low back. So nice. All right, left leg's coming forward for that low lunge. Left foot forward. Take it up. Even if you need to help it, you could take this foot forward. Remember, there's blocks, options to put your blocks underneath your hands because your torso might need a little bit more space. So everybody's body's different. Find what works for you. And then we did the alternation of heart forward as you push, looking out and up, round into the belly, chin into the chest, straighten that left leg, and back and forth at your rhythm. Make it your rhythm. Find your rhythm. And this is good because it really plays with your inner seeing, your inner knowing. And when you create your inner seeing and your inner knowing, you create your own patterns and habits that are right for you in your daily life. Okay? It all stacks on top of each other. This quantum realm that is yours. I have a different realm. My quantum cellular structure is completely different than yours. But I find it. I love seeing what my body wants. It's part of what yoga is. It's inner seeing, connecting to who you really are. It's not my yoga, it's your yoga. And then it's a love. It sparks the love and the joy and the wellness, because we all want to see who we are. It's like discovering a friend, a good friend, and you're like, oh, I love you so much. It's like, I found you. Where have you been? Come back. I want to see you. That's the feeling. Okay, so that's why we come back to our mat over and over again. It's awesome. All right, bring that back. Release the hands again. When you're just starting yoga, it's really important to honor those wrists and the hands. So I'm just going to take a moment to stretch them out and play with them just a bit. You've been with me before. You know this massage, self-massage. You're pulling your hand back and you're massaging your fingers. You can do it at your own pace, your own order. I'm just playing with my fingers, and the wrists. Excellent. Yeah. You can do both sides. Stretch it out. Massage your fingers. Yeah. Whatever works. It's really important. And then again, remember that the vagus nerve endings are here in your hands. So you're stimulating that relaxation response immediately. And all the neuroscience, the tips of the fingers, brain. triggers that brain to work and to connect, right? Awesome. Shake it out. All right, this time lunge onto the right side. You can double your mat up, especially if you do not have a double mat like I do. You'll need extra padding underneath that back knee. Right knee forward. Adjust my clothes, adjust my hips as well. Notice that right hip wants to come up and forward. You pull it back, down. Lower belly lifts. Notice all of that? These sweet adjustments. Why? Because you want your Sushumna, that central column, to engage. And it engages actually in a nice symmetrical way. So see if you can find that symmetry. Right hip back, left hip forward, lower belly lifting, ribs in. Scoop up the arms. Inside out with the hands straight up. And C-curve to the right. Oh, amazing. Keep lifting. Left arm, left palm is pressing a little bit more than the right. Come back to center. Exhale to the left. Right palm's pressing a little bit more than the left. Right hip pulls back, heart's lifting. Good. Come back to center. Exhale, release into cactus arms. So as you release back, lift through the chest. Lift, lift, lift. Elbows pull back. Heart's lifting. Engage that back glute. Maybe you can interlace your hands behind you. Still stay balanced. If not, look forward, which works fine. I like it up. Oh, good. Look down when you're ready. Push into that front leg. Flex out through the right toe. We're going into half monkey pose. Now, ideally, especially if you're new to your practice, you need your blocks by your sides. Put them underneath your hands so you can find that lever of hip moving forward. Instead of this so much roundness, you have a lengthen forward. You can also point that front foot forward. Good, just drape over that front leg. Excellent. Gently release, bend into that front knee, right hand on the inside, bring that right foot back. Take a break, however you need it. Maybe it's child's pose on your elbows, or maybe it's cat-cow. Some musomatic movements, swaying into the torso. Deep sighs. I even have fire toes going. All right, I'm ready for the other side. Maybe you are. Let's go to that left side now. Left foot forward. So good. It's clearing my system. Hand comes up. Oh, I actually, even though I have double mats here, I still want extra padding underneath that back knee. So highly recommend, get some padding. Adjust. Left hip drops down and back. Right hip forward. And then activate lower belly. So it was sagging. You saw that? I don't know if you could see this, but I can feel it. Lower belly lifts. Right hip drops forward. So much power through that central column. And then arms come up. Inside out. Maybe there's a little deeper press into that front hip. And then C-curve. I'm left side first. Push to the left. Right palm extends up and over. Keep the lower belly lifted. Keep breathing. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the other side. Now it's your right palm. Exaggerate it. Push it off and over to the right. Oh, I'm sorry. It's the left palm pushing over and off to that right side. Good. Come back to center and open Open, open to cactus. Heart lifts, open that heart. If you can, bring your elbows towards your side body, palms together behind you. Squeeze the shoulders, scapula towards each other, and then drop the fist down. If it's too much, just look forward. Gently come out. Straighten out that left leg, half monkey pose. Lift it through and hinge at the waist. Oh, I love this. I so love this. Hip dropping, heart pressing forward. How's your jaw? Relaxed jaw and face. So good. All right, Joy, we did that side. Let it come back. And I think that's plenty. Turn to the knees to one side. Bring the hips down. Circle the hips forward. Yeah, nice. Excellent. Take the right knee and bring it over the left. So ideally, this foot sort of hooks back by the side of the IT band so that you're sort of stacking the knees. See if that works for you. It's a beautiful way to open the top leg, right glute. Inhale tall, get to all this space in the belly, and then drape forward. That's it. Excellent, you got it. Walk the hands forward, let the head drop. Good, look forward. Gently unwind this top leg, but it's not fully, because now you'll plant the foot on the outside of that knee. We'll add a twist, left arm high. Let that arm go high, good. And then turn to the right hand behind you to kind of give yourself an oomph, a lift. Elbow drops, top elbow drops behind that top knee. And turn. Continue with the breath sequence. Inhale to lift. Exhale to turn. 2 more like that. Exhale to turn. Last one. Exhale. Nice. Look forward. Gently release, unwind. Take everything over to that left side. Oh yeah. See what it feels like wherever your arms go. Awesome. Unwind that top leg. Maybe there's a little wiggle, a little movement, get some symmetry. In fact, if your wrists are okay, hello Priscilla, nice to see you, sweetie. I'll give you the recording of this. It's a nice class. Fingertips towards your hips. If your wrists are still are okay, come into a reverse table. But if you're still working to build that core strength, you can pause. You could even try elbows, but it might be tough on the shoulders. So just play with that. Or bridge pose might work too, which is, just lay down and then go ahead, lift up. Okay, lots of choices here. This is why yoga is amazing, because you can experiment with what your body needs. All I want is a reverse flexion. Nice. Good. Let that drop. Release the hands. And now what do we have? You guys remember? It's going to be right leg straight. Left knee comes over the top. Left knee over the top. Right foot moves towards that right hip. Make sure you have your sit bones. Oh, so good. You can just feel it by even sitting just tall. So it's like stacking the knees together. Good. Lift up. And then hinge at the waist. Hinge at the waist. You got it. That's it. Let the head drop. Couple deep sighs. So good. When you feel ready, feel balanced like the other side. Walk your hands back, lift your torso tall, put this top knee straight up, plant the foot into the mat. Left hand behind you, it helps turn you. Right arm up, lifting tall, and then drop that elbow behind the knee. Take another inhale to lift. Exhale to gently and slowly turn to the left. Hips are heavy. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Nice. Feel balanced, look forward. Use that exhale to gently unwind to the right. Different side, doesn't go as far for me on this side, and that's okay. Go right where it stops. Tightness in that left hip. Awesome. Gently unwind, bring that out. This is a great exercise to engage that lower belly, walking hips back to the back of the mat. Yep, walking hips forward to the front of the mat. Stay tall. Keep that inner core strength. Clump, 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 clump. Back to the front. Tap one hip back, tap the other hip back. Scoop up the arms. Forward fold. Oh yeah. Hollow out the belly. Get that low belly to have space. And then drop forward. Wherever you are is fine. It doesn't have to look like this. In fact, it's not going to look like this. This is my forward fold. Go where you need to go. Letting the whole back surrender and relax. Excellent. Heart lifts, roll down at your own pace. If you feel like engaging that core strength, you can keep your heels on the mat and gently roll the shoulders down the back, one vertebrae at a time, letting your core do the work for you as you roll back. Stay focused. So good. Woo! Once you're almost there, hover the heels, hover the upper back, hold, good. Oh! And exhale, let it go. Yay! I made it to the mat. Reach up through the fingers, down through the toes. Stretch it all out. Oh. Take the right knee, when you're finished stretching, take the interlace fingers to the right knee up to the right shoulder. I like soothing my body, so I plant my left foot in the mat, circle out my hips, low back, and then find the hold, which would be knee to the right shoulder. Hold that tight. Straighten out through the left leg. Beautiful. So it's these little setups that are absolutely essential to create proper, I don't want to say proper, but like awareness in that belly, getting that belly to just be soft here and relaxed will let the energy move more consistently up the spine. It starts from the base. It starts from this lower sacral and this hollow space in the belly. Once you find that, then you have movement for breath as well. So I'll walk you through it again on the other side. Okay, and then add the twist, right? Supine twist. Take it over to the side. Go slow. Switch hands. Bring it over to the other side. Awesome. Nice and slow. Feel your belly get long, your ribs get long, and look to the opposite direction. Oh my gosh. It's like, wow. Your arms are not too high because your shoulder blades really need to be a little lower. Your arms need to be a little lower than the shoulder. It's better for the alignment of the chest. It's so interesting. All these things. That's why private yoga is so fabulous. If anybody wants a private session, I can really help your alignment. It's just hard to do it unless I'm really, really looking at you. So private sessions are amazing for that. Woo. Come back to center. Great way to soothe the low back. Bend both knees and pound out the back. Just drop, jump. It's like you drop it, let it spread out, and notice that changes the upper body. You can feel all this. It just takes time. All right, once you find that column, same thing. Right foot stays planted, knee up. Interlace the fingers. Take that left knee up. Circle it out a little bit. Really feel that pelvic bowl moving around. Your whole body's rocking side to side. Feel that. Okay, lower belly. Now, hook the left knee to the left shoulder. Hold it as tight. Off to the side and then up. Chin stays down. Right foot, heel. Use your heel. Slide that heel down to the bottom of the mat. There you go. Notice that right hip flexor, tighter on the right hip, obviously. Dominant right side. Just hold. Breathe. Make sure your right heel is straight down off of your hip. Pretend like it's going into a wall. Feel balance, soften that grip, that fixed knee, and alternate the hand. Cross it over for supine twist. Look the opposite direction. Deep sigh. Each side is different. Just go inward, feel those different sensations. This side needs a little self-massage. I'm just pushing my top hip away from me. Excellent. All right, come back to center. See what feels good. Happy baby. Little pounding, a little reaching, a little crunch, possibly get activation through that midline. Lift the knees, heels hover, circle out the hips with the hands on the knees. See how it just goes naturally, all these postures. Someday you won't need me. You'll just lay on your mat and go, oh, this is what I do. Happy baby, natural rocking, inner groin. Maybe the soles of the feet come together. You reach up and grab the outside edges of the little pinkies and push the knees away from you. Oh, yeah. One side tighter than the other. Awesome. All right, last little bit. Let's plant the feet into bridge to counter stretch all of that hip flexor. I'm going to do a couple active bridge poses. If it feels like you're ready just to surrender into a restorative place, put your block underneath your back and use that as support for your back. Or let your hips come high, drop your hands, palms up. Or even interlace your fingers underneath you and adjust the shoulders a little tighter. Lift through your hips. Look straight up, some space on your chest. Bridge pose. Awesome. Let that upper back go when you release. Middle, belly, lower back. Nice. And there's so much compression in that upper back from adjusting the shoulders that it's essential to kind of open it up by reaching towards your knees again. Nice. Pause. We'll do one more. Next inhale. Come on up. Exhale at the top. Find your adjustments. And hold. All right, roll down, upper back, middle back, low back. Energy flows slowly. All right, head comes up, reach for those knees, alternate shoulders. Roll back down, reach the arms up above you, and then just drop those legs down to stretch again. Human stretcher. Feels really good. Toes down, stretch up the arms above you. Reach, 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 reach. Good. And then I'm ready for Shavasana. Maybe you are too. Just bring your hands down by your sides and let your whole body rest. If you feel chilly, definitely put a blanket or a sweater back on. If you have an eye pillow, I forget this. I'm going to have to get myself an eye pillow and bring it here. Put an eye pillow on your eyes, because anytime you surrender weight into this area, you're stimulating the vagus nerve. So eye pillows do more than just cover the light. They stimulate the vagus nerve to relaxation response. You may get a deeper Shavasana that way. Okay, just a suggestion. And just hang out, rest in Shavasana. Let your breath come easily, slowly. Letting go of the ocean breath. And then you take a deep breath when you're ready. Ideally, I really want you to stay longer, Stay 5-10 minutes. Especially if you're at your house in your sacred space and you finally created this sacred, quiet zen. Please stay longer. And when you're ready, just know that you go slowly out. With deep breaths,
wiggles of fingers and toes with gentle movements of knees coming to heart, and with rocking side to side. And then off to the side that you want to roll towards. Using the hand to come up. And then sitting. Last thing to come up is your chin, your head. One last breath together. Inhale. And let it go. Exhale. Hands to your heart. Namaste. Yay. All right. Thank you so much for being here. What a wonderful class. I'm going to have to really let people have this recording. I love it. It was good. So nice. Thanks for being here.